Hello and welcome to another game with the black pieces on our climb to 2000 ELO. What's going on here? An early queen h5 trying to attack my very tender f7 pawn. We'll just go ahead and kick this queen. We'll kick this queen out of the way. Move on. Move on. Okay, so what next? I'm going to play like here. Attack all my stuff. So let's play e6, just neutralize this diagonal and... Okay, fine. They're attacking my knight, but now my knight will find a nice home on d5 for the time being. And if c4, b6 is perfectly fine. This pawn is really annoying, so let's get rid of it. Especially if my opponent's just going to give it to me for free, let's get rid of it. Just a quick attack, eh? Just a quick attack on my f7 pawn. Yeah. I just block. Obviously, if I kick the piece, that's not good. So just block. We're a pawn up. We're a pawn up. Let's bring our other pieces into the game. Castle. And this quick early mating idea is just going to fizzle out. And we will have a luscious position. So I like the idea of this. It's quite nice. So I'm thinking I wouldn't ordinarily move the same piece twice in the opening, but I kind of think we can probably pin this knight to the queen in a devastating way. But what happens if I come here and then my opponent plays queen h5? Does that become really annoying? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because I just castle. Because the knight defends it. Wow. Wow. Coming to the other side to attack now. Well, let's attack this knight twice. And get my other pieces into the game. But 1, 2, 3 pieces developed, or 2 pieces developed, 1 half developed. We're a pawn up, and my opponent has moved their queen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 times! And they're telling me, look, I'm going to come for an attack that you're not ready for. So I'm going to develop my other piece. Of course, winning a tempo on the queen, because that's always very handy. And then I might just grab this free pawn, since my opponent is being very courteous and giving me all of his material for the cost of nothing. We'll drop back in our little shell and collect, and we return, and let's just get our other pieces into the game. Why not? Why not? Now there is this open file, but my opponent's just giving me all of his stuff, so there'll be nothing to use the open file shortly. Okay. We drop the knight back, out of danger, and we propose a trade, because the more pieces we can trade off, the better. I think let's just put the knight back on d5. And this pawn's probably going to end up a little bit overextended. My opponent has nowhere to castle safely now. I mean, castling's not so easy for myself either with an open H file, but as I say, the more pieces that clear, the easier this will become in the long term. So I'm going to take my opponent's knight, and this knight is going to come all the way back to attack this pawn again, and also to allow the queen to come into the game. I think she is ready to to start applying some pressure on my opponent's weak pawns. Yeah. Okay. So that's another pawn that is absolutely free, which is lovely. And there are multiple ways to go about it, really. I could take here. And if you capture and I recapture, I've just gained a pawn. And I would then have my queen and knight seeing c5, so I'd be likely to win another pawn. I could also play queen to a5 check. After knight c3, come and collect this pawn. But I like this. So we'll go with this. I will pre-move this exchange. My opponent kind of has to move the bishop, because it's also being attacked by the knight. Doesn't really make sense to do anything else. So they should probably capture the bishop. Okay, they don't. They don't, but that is just closing off your h-file. So closing off any chance of counterplay, and of course, voila, that's another pawn. So I'll take that too. And now we are going to force a queen trade if we can. So this is just not that scary. That's the first thing I'm noticing. My opponent's kind of saying, castle at your own peril, but let's say I castle, rook here, queen here. It's not that scary. Don't think it's that scary. I can also just play g6. Then we expect h5, but I mean, then I just play queen d3. And you kind of have to trade queens there. Or play f3. Because if you just move the queen, I don't know. If you move the queens somewhere like here, then you're running into check and losing the rook. And that's not good. So what was all of that I said? Yeah, g6. Oh, okay, shoot, we dropped a pawn. Whoops. We did drop a pawn, that's... Oh, no, we didn't. That's hilarious. That's why I wasn't worried about this. Yeah, the knight fork. So my opponent drops a queen. Yeah, I thought I'd... Hungry for pieces. Hungry for pieces. Let's not get taken by my opponent's rook. Let's stay in the game. And get our last pieces into the game, why not? Why not? I don't want to play this because then they just come right back with the other rook, and that's a little boring. So I'll bring my other rook to the d file first. So that if something like that happens, don't get taken. We'll be trading down both rooks rather than me having to move my queen again, which would be annoying. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. We'll go here. I want to try and bait my opponent's king forward again. Yeah, now I get this free pawn and fork these two pieces. If they had come forward, or here, then I'd be picking up the bishop either with a fork or with a discovered check. Okay, this is actually a clever idea. This is a clever idea. But I have this intermezzo, which means I'll still be picking up the rook. And you can't recapture like this because you're pinned. So now I just bring my rook to the d file, because obviously they'll have to recapture with the... Oh! Whoa! Don't rush things. Free piece. Now we'll bring the rook to the d file. Okay, cool. And we'll just push my e-pawn to allow my bishop to fly free. No, we won't, not just yet. Okay. We'll go here. They're likely to push this pawn, and then we will slot into d4. Yeah. Holding on to the knight. The rook still can't come across because the knight actually holds this square. And so now we're just cleaning up. This capture is helpful for me because it brings my rook into the game. And if I can use my rook to check my opponent's king away, then they will lose the bishop. Which is going to be lovely. Can't interpose with any piece because this is attacked twice. Let's check again. So I think I want to go here. So yeah, that's mate. Okay, so what did my opponent do wrong here? Early queen attacks, man. We've seen this so many times. Early queen attacks. Moving your queen once. Twice. 3 times. 4 times. 5 times. Giving me a piece. 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 Moving it again. I mean, we're out of the opening now, but it felt like we came out of the opening as a result of my opponent just trying to look for a 1 or 2 move mate, and in that process, just feeding me their own pieces. So don't make that mistake. You know, at this level, as we especially as we approach 1000 elo, we can't go for simple 1-2 move checkmating combinations. We need to start getting in the habit of developing our middle game tactics and opening tactics a little bit more beyond that. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed the game. Let me know in the comments what you like to play against e4 as black, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Take care.